everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make this really pretty macrame snowflake. It's part of this year's Christmas decorations that I'm making, and feel free to check out my Christmas playlist. I'll have it linked in the iCards here for you because there's a few different tutorials available now. You'll need one 5.5cm wooden hoop, which I've linked in the description box, 16 lots of 50cm lengths of cord, and if you didn't already know, I'm selling my own macrame cord now, which I'll have linked in the description box, so feel free to use that. There's 14 different colours available and they're so pretty. 8 lots of 40cm lengths of cord. You'll need some scissors, and this is what we're going to be making today. So let's get started. So grab your hoop and grab 4 lots of your 50cm lengths of cord out, just like this. So we have 2 sets of 2. We're going to split them in half. We're going to attach them using a lark's head knot. So take the midway point through your hoop like this, from front to back. And then pass those 2 cords through the loop there. So just do that with one and then repeat with the other cord from that set. Just like so, and then we're going to attach the 2 other cords as well in the exact same way. So now we have 4 cords attached to the hoop. We're going to be working in groups of 2 and we're going to be making square knots. So we're going to take the 4th cord here on the right over the middle 2 like this. The first will go in front of that one. We'll go behind the middle 2. And then it will come from behind through this loop here. Just pull that to the top to tighten it. And then we're going to take the first cord, so the cord on the left, we're going to take it over the middle 2 and behind the 4th. The 4th will go in front of that one, behind the middle 2, and it will come up from behind through this loop here. And then just pull that to the other half of this square knot, and then that's one square knot complete. We're just going to repeat the exact same steps on the other side, so make one full square knot. Just like that, and now it's time to attach one of our other cords to the middle of these to create one more square knot. We're going to take one of our 40cm lengths of cords, we're going to split that in half. We're going to attach it by creating a square knot, but it's going to be a bit different to the square knot we just made. It's the exact same steps, it will just be a bit different to make because this cord won't be attached. So we're taking the 2 middle cords, so it should be one from each of the square knots at the top. We're going to take our 40cm cord behind those 2 middle cords, just like this, and split it in half, like that. So then that will become your left and your right cord. And then we're just going to repeat the exact same steps using those cords to create a square knot. Just so you can see, it's a little bit harder to do, but once you get that first knot tightened, it's fine. So just repeat the other half, and then you can just slide this knot up to the top, which will just bring those 2 square knots together. Just like that. So that's all the square knots we're going to need for one section. So now we're going to do rows of double clove hitch knots. So now that we've got 3 square knots here, we're going to create rows of double clove hitch knots. So I'm just splitting it in half like this. Then we're going to take out the first 2 cords and we're going to leave out the last 2 cords as well. So just using these 3 cords, we're going to take the first one and angle it down towards the right. Then we're going to bring the second one up and over like this. And then from behind, it will come through that loop there. And then just pull that to tighten it and repeat once more on the exact same cord. So it goes up, over, behind, and then through the loop. And then repeat that with the last cord from this half, and make sure to repeat it twice with that strand as well to create the double clove hitch knot. And then we're going to repeat that on the other side. So I'm leaving out the last 2 cords, then taking the last cord now, angling it towards the left, bringing up the next available cord, bringing it up, over, behind and through the loop, and repeating twice, and then just doing it with the last cord from that group as well. And then it will be time to join the 2 middle cords together. So it's up to you whether you do one double clove hitch knot going towards the right or the left, but I'm going to do one going towards the right because that's just my preference. So whichever way you do it, just make sure to do it that way for the entire snowflake so it all looks nice and neat. we're just going to be making a second row of double clove hitch knots here in the exact same way. So again, I'm just making the row on the left, and then I'm making the row on the right, and then I'm going to join the two together by doing a knot going towards the right. So now this is one complete section done on our snowflake, and these end two cords on either side we're going to be using once we attach the next group of cords. So take two of your 50cm lengths of cord and attach them using a lark's head knot like we done before, and create one square knot. And then we're going to bring the two outer cords again from the two square knots. Take one of our 40cm lengths of cord and attach it using the square knot method. And then again we're going to take out the last two cords on the left here and create two rows of double clove hitch knots. So you can't take out the two cords on either side here because obviously you're attaching the two sections together, so now it would just be the two cords from the left. So again, attach two more of your 50cm length cord in a lark's head knot, make a square knot, and then take one of your 40cm lengths of cord and use the two middle cords from the two square knots to create another square knot, and then create those two rows of double clove hitch knots. So it does seem a little bit confusing at first, but of course you can always go back and rewatch me making that first section where I go over it nice and slowly so you can get the hang of it. So there's three sections done, so we're just going to continue this method using up all of our cords. So all of the 50cm cords attaching using the lark's head knot, and then the 40cm will be attached in between all the sections. So just continue this until you have 8 of the little shapes in total and they're all joined together. So I'm just finishing mine here. And that's perfect. So now you can go ahead and grab your scissors. So it's up to you whether you trim them longer like this one. You could do them shorter, or you could even fold them over and glue them to the back so there's no fringe at all. So it's entirely up to you. For this one I'm just going to be trimming them, but I'm going to be trimming them shorter than the one that I just showed you. So I'm probably trimming them to about 1 centimetre. Just like this. So I'm just going to continue that going the whole way around my snowflake. And then these scraps I'm going to put in my scrap cord pile because you know me, I don't like to throw away anything, and you can always use them for things, which I have linked in the iCards as well. So optional, you could take a brush and brush out the small fringe tassels if you wanted a fluffier look, but I quite like them to remain as they are. I think it looks a bit more like a snowflake because it's a bit more detailed. But here's the two next to each other, so the shorter one is the one that we made today, and then the longer one is the first one that I made, so you can just see the difference. And if you really wanted, you could take one of your scrap cords, go through the hoop and just tie it in a knot, and then you could use that cord to hang it from. Or you could even use a bit of twine or something, that would look really nice as well. Or you could just use the wooden hoop to hang it from, but I guess it depends where you're going to hang it, if you're hanging it on your tree or on your wall, on a mantle. This would also make a really nice garland, I think, as well. So that's our macrame snowflake complete. I really hope you enjoy this tutorial and feel free to make it. And if you do make it, please be sure to tag me on Instagram at LunaCraftsOnline because I'd really love to see it and share it. I also think this would make a really cool project if you used 2 different colours of cord, because I think the knots and the way it all connects together would look really cool. If you fancy checking out any of my other Christmas tutorials, like I said at the beginning, I'll have the playlist link in the iCards as well as in the description box. And if you could subscribe, like or comment, that'd really help me out. I really cannot believe we're at 4,000 subscribers now. That's just really crazy to me, but I'm so thankful for your support. And I hope you have a lovely week. Bye!